Well, it occurred to me that one day someone might actually be interested in how all this got put together. I certainly didn't set out to produce anything. I mean, nothing. I had no ambitions. I had no, visions or scale of what I wanted to. I had no even idea of whether it would be text or how, So, but it started really coming together at the end of 2023 when a whole lot of bullshit was happening. But somehow I survived it and actually began work in around March of 2024. And things were actually going pretty well. I had started off doing it historically, based actually on a video interview that I did with Dad back in 1999. And I don't know why it occurred to me that I could base, anything on just one video, and I was shortly to be proved right. So everything came to a screeching halt when I realized that after the end of, the last word Dad says, I'm on my own. And the style that I happened to choose depended entirely on what basis, where was I going to get the facts? Because I wasn't going to make up a fairy tale about my dad, So that was the dilemma. I always had that dilemma. How the fuck am I going to tell anything, And then just one day, forgot to mention, yes, no, it was so it was early May 2024 when like a thunderbolt from the sky, and I was working only in here in those days, I suddenly started writing in this manner where it was all you, and I was somehow putting myself inside Dad's head and writing it as if, I don't know how I had no preconceptions of what it was gonna be. It just like wrote itself for page after page. And I said, well, not bad. But, where did that leave me? Pretty much nowhere, because I was writing about things I had no idea about, no background, except what I knew about World War II. Now, there was a subject I could, maybe even teach a class on, because all I had been reading, all the audio books, as you will see, had just been World War II. That was it. Not any particular, part. No, the Mighty Eighth and all its variations. Nothing like that. It was like, one day it would be Russia and the Battle of the Kursk salient, book after book. Then the next would be Sorga, the spy. book after book. I'm not kidding. This would go on I'd go on a spy tear for months. And that is all I consumed. Even, videos. I would watch only documentaries, of course. I rarely watched anything fictional. And that was how it went, So I was just making everything up as I cruised along until one day I said, this can't go on. I can't do things like this. I'm not gonna fucking make up everything. That's not called a memoir or a bio, or it's not called anything. It's called fucking making it up as you go along. And I wasn't going to do that. Now, was I? No. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed, and we all got together, this voice, and this voice, and that voice, that one there. Yeah, he's a part of it, gotta say, Vinny. He even has a name, can you believe it? He's the dude who was fucking around with them wasps. Did you see that? Yes, we know all about it. So please go away and play with your friends. Now, what was I saying? Well, you weren't saying anything. Anyway, so, yeah, everything was going merrily along until a certain night of May the 27th, 2024,